Welcome to orientation for Medic 150 in fall of 2020. So I'm hoping everybody understands how to get to this page on the Insight portal. You're going to click on Canvas, which will take you directly to the dashboard. I want to point out the gray global navigation toolbar over here. This is your account, and you can edit your preferences or your account profile here. This is the dashboard, which shows you all of the classes you're taking this semester. This is the Canvas inbox, which is super important, and I'll tell you why in a minute. This is the question mark help button, which is super helpful for if you get lost within Canvas, and also has phone numbers for support and ways to report problems. Over here, we're going to click on our class that we're taking together, and it'll take you directly to the welcome page, which tells you about me a little bit and tells you about how to contact me. This is my school email address. This is the only address you will use. You will only use this address through the Canvas inbox in order to get in touch with me. That way I'm not having 50 different ways that students can contact me with potentially 50 different ways of missing your message. So everybody use the Canvas inbox in order to get a hold of me. Also, this also makes you use your school email address because I cannot accept emails from personal email addresses. So don't email me here at school with your personal email address. I can't respond to you for confidentiality and quality purposes. If we need to have a more in-depth discussion, we can set up a Zoom conference time. We can chat via Canvas as well. But again, Canvas mail is how you and I are going to connect with each other. Now, the course lives within the modules, so you can either click here to get to the module, or you can go over here to the class navigation bar and click here. And that'll take you directly to the class. This first week is all about orientation. It is about getting to know you. It's about orienting yourself to the program of Connect with SmartBook through McGraw Hill, which is the publisher. It is about getting you organized and getting you oriented to Canvas if this is your first time having to utilize Canvas. This is just a repeat, the syllabus, which sort of sections out very important areas so that you're not having to go through the entire syllabus just to find the information that you need. Same thing for the welcome letter that you have already received before class started. This talks about the communication plan. This is an ongoing discussion group for the entire semester where you can post your questions to me and we can discuss them as a class. A lot of times everybody has the same question, so if you post it here, then your peers can also see what the response is in case they were having the same problem. This one is only for you guys to use, to talk to each other, to connect as students, to connect as people, to share ideas in terms of studying or just ideas in terms of life. I am not checking this specific discussion group unless I hear that there's something funky going on, and then I will. This talks about how to register for Connect. Very important that you get that done during the week of registration so that if there's any issues that we can correct them before the actual class gets started. This is how to get help for Connect, which I found them to be very responsive. There's some opportunities for extra credit if you need it, not very much. These are the chapters that were not assigned because we can't cover everything, but they might be of extra interest to some of you. If you want to do them, they're only for a point. You can do them at any point in time during the semester, but really it's there for your edification. This talks about the Connect assignments and gives you orientations about the assignments within the SmartBook and how to do the Connect assignments. These are the individual assignments that are outside of Connect that I have assigned. Each one of the assignments outside of Connect are either paired or groups, depending on how many students I have in the class. It is very important that if you are doing, or when you are doing a group assignment, that you be punctual and on time with the work that you are submitting, because your partner's grade also depends on you being punctual and thorough with your assignments. For each chapter, it's all set up the same way. There are objectives. There's the chapter with SmartBook questions within. There's an assessment, which is a test. Those assessments are unlimited tries and unlimited time. Questions are always shuffled a little bit, but this is an effort to get you to study as well. So this is also helpful. And then there are group assignments for each chapter in each module, and then quizzes. Now you'll see on the first week, chapters 1 and 2 are assigned together. This is the only week you're going to have 2 chapters, and chapter 2 is super short. So it's not that it's not doable. So each section is set up the same way, each chapter. And I want you to remember, because there are 2 ways to remember actually 3, if you did all the assignments. One is if you look in grades, which is way over here on your class navigation toolbar, the grades will have the assignments listed over the top, and your grade should be in there according to your name. I don't even think there's people in here yet. So, oh, there are, look. And so it'll tell you, look at all the assignments. Then, if you go back, there's another way to make sure that you did all of your assignments, and that is to look at what has points next to it. If it has points next to it or underneath it, then it is an assignment and you need to do it. The third, and probably the easiest way to do it, to make sure that all your assignments are completed, aside from, I mean, this is pretty easy. Look at, there's points all the way down there. Just go through the modules and follow them. If you hit every single section of the module, you know that you'll have done it, done all your assignments. But fail-safe is, in each objective week, here there's a list of every assignment that's due. Use that as a checklist and you won't miss anything, because I do not accept late assignment work. So going back into the modules, that icon right here, I do not want you to use. In order to access everything within the McGraw-Hill texts, I want you to actually click on the assignments. So when you click on that, it will take you directly into the McGraw-Hill site, and it will show you oops. There we go. I don't know why I clicked on. Anyway, it'll download it and it'll go through the SmartBook with you. So it takes you directly into McGraw-Hill. I don't want you to go to McGraw-Hill outside of Canvas. You always have to go to McGraw-Hill within Canvas. Otherwise, the grades will not sync up because one program is not talking to the other program. So in order to access all of your assignments within LearnSmart and Connect, go into the modules and access everything that way. Okay? The other thing I want to point out is there are always instructions right before the discussion group, the medical terminology stories, or the triage charting. There's instructions of how I want them to be completed. If you have any questions, obviously, you can let me know. 2 things I do want to point out to you is midpoint feedback as well as the very, very end, there are end of semester surveys as well. Those two things are worth points, and they're free points in that there are no wrong answers, but you just need to answer them. So make sure that you take advantage of that, and I understand that there's a lot to get to know. Part of the assessments every module are to help you to study for the final. The Smart Book also helps you understand what you need to study and your areas of weaknesses as well as your areas of strength. The other thing I want to encourage you to do is to go to these extra optional learning opportunities. There are some great resources that you can use. Quizlet is great. There was another one too that was before that, and it's this one. So the Read Anywhere app lets you read your smart or your textbook anywhere you are at without having to be connected to the internet, so there's no excuse for you not to study. There is a self-study section called Learn Smart, which you can access through Connect. Oops, I'll have to fix that link. And then there's also a medical terminology dictionary, which is free. There's Brainscapes, which is a great program. It'll help you to make flashcards. There's Quizlet, which is also a great program, and I like the pictures. And it's kind of like virtual flashcards, so it's kind of like a game. And all of these things are in order to help you to retain the information, because repetition is everything in learning medical terminology. So if you have any questions, let me know. You know how to communicate with me. Here's the inbox. Or you can go to the other ways to communicate with me throughout the semester, the discussion posts. Okay, here we go.